start, your first playoff game, and how you think you help execute the game plan tonight?
Yeah, first off, glory to God, but I'm glad, Coach trusted me starting tonight. And just being able to impact both sides of the ball, I think that was the main thing.
I think I talked to you after Game 4, and you basically seemed very positive, for what had happened. You just said, I believe in our leaders. I mean, how much did, what Jalen did, one of your leaders, he went out there and played, how much did that help you guys all out?
Oh, it was a ton. It started, right after the game. We talked about it and knew we had to respond, and then texting constantly, honestly, just making sure our minds were right, making sure we were taking care of our bodies, taking care of anything we needed to do to come out here and get a win.
What was different about him today than what we saw in the last couple of games?
I mean, I think sometimes those things happen. It's more about how you respond. I think his mentality, obviously, nobody wants to get, the score run up on them. So I think he came out with a mentality to get to the spot even more efficiently and just continue to be a leader.
You were matched up most of the game against Halliburton. Earlier in the series, you had McConnell. What's it like for you to guard so many different players and their styles out there?
I mean, I'm a defender first. I think what I have to do is be able to guard down, guard up. I think I have a lot of different tools on that end of the floor, being able to be aggressive, knowing when to pull back. I think it's just a part of my mentality.
What do you think you did particularly well in that assignment? I think he was just saying that you were picking him up 94 feet, obviously, in denial. What were you trying to do with that assignment? What do you feel like you did well?
Yeah, obviously he had great impact in, the 2 games in Indy, just scoring, being able to facilitate. I just wanted to limit his touches as much because you can't do any of those things if you don't have the ball.
Now, the first leg as a group, just you guys have more energy moving around on the defensive end. Was that just as simple as a day off and a home game? Was there anything else?
I mean, I think it's a combination of things. Obviously, the crowd was into it. Just coming back home, I think we just understood that, we didn't want to give them, obviously a win and then them going back home. So we knew we had to come here and take care of business.
In the first quarter, I think you had contributed to 9 points. You had the 2 dimes to Josh, and I think you had the floater in the middle too. Did you feel in that first quarter that was kind of when the game kind of turned? You guys just kind of felt the energy change for that 11-0 run?
I think it was before the game. Like I said, it started in the locker room in Indiana. We got together and made sure that, we had to take care of the little things. I think, that led to them getting out and just make sure that we were doing it together as a unit.
Deuce, you hadn't started in the postseason, but you had played considerable minutes with this group. You guys had a good great plus minus with that group. Part of what Jalen talked about was just the spacing that he gets from you in guard-to-guard screening. How much do you enjoy playing with him, and kind of what do you see X and O's wise in terms of when you guys are out there together?
Yeah, I mean, it's always fun playing with other high IQ basketball players, and just feeding off each other's energy, seeing, making eye contact and seeing, knowing that we're on the same page and knowing that he's reading me, I'm reading him, and I think it's just, fun playing with those guys, sharing the ball and just moving, cutting, and, the way we communicate out there is just great.
What do you think about what you got from Isaiah tonight?
Oh, he was huge. I don't know if they count the rebound box out, as fouls. Those should be counted as rebounds too, because we're retaining possession. But just those type of things are huge. I mean, he was setting physical screens. He was boxing out. He did a lot for us.
You guys have listened so much. When you do get the call to move to the lineup, what are you sort of telling yourself that you have to provide?
Main thing, I was just thinking, it starts with defense. They're a great scoring team. They run after makes, after misses. So I think it was just to be able to, slow the game down, make sure I'm pressuring full court, trying to deny Halliburton, and just do whatever I can on the defensive end to get us going offensively.
What has Halliburton been coming off the bench these last 3 games since the OG injury, especially?
He's been great for us. He's always been a leader in the locker room, even when he wasn't getting as many minutes. So for him to be doing what he's doing, we're not surprised. We've seen it before, but I mean, it's great to have somebody else, just a veteran like that.
You talk about, the crowd and how they, energize you guys. You also noticed the Knicks former players on the baseline, and what does that do to see just those former players there?
Yeah, I mean, it's great. They say once a Knick, always a Knick. So just, hearing those guys there, they're always being supportive of us because they've been through it, the ups and downs of a playoff series. They know how to handle it, so they've been great just talking to us.
When you're matched up with Tyrese going to the other end too, how important is it for you, or in your mentality, to make him work on the defensive end as well?
Yeah, I think trying to get him into the actions is really big for us. We feel that, Jalen on a lot of people is a mismatch, but trying to get him obviously on Tyrese to, maybe slow him down on the other end is big time too.
What do you think you guys did, on top of you just picking him up, man? What do you think you guys did well as far as when you doubled him? It seemed like you guys didn't give a lot of space for him to move and got it out of his ball out of his hands quickly. What do you think you guys did well when you doubled?
I think the communications from bigs, just telling me when screens are happening, I'm able to fight over screens a lot faster. And then if we had to collapse on them, we collapsed on them right away. And other guys pulled in and took whichever man was open. So I think it was just started with communication.
That stretch earlier in the year when Jalen and some other guys were banged up and you had all those minutes for consecutive games, how much did that prepare you for moments like this in the playoffs?
Yeah, huge. But I mean, it starts for me in the summer. I think just getting my body ready, understanding that, you don't know what happens through an NBA season. You have to prepare for anything like that. So for me, it starts in the summer.
Is there anything you took from last year's playoffs, the intensity of Miami, that helped you right now in this playoff series?
Yeah, I think when we first got together this year, one of the main things we talked about was that intensity going up a level, not just, each series, but each game in the series, and how, playing the first quarter can affect, the fourth quarter. So I think we just wanted to really take care of the little things and understand that, it's going to be ups and downs, but as long as we stick together, we can make it through anything.